Hey everyone, welcome to Reasons for Roots. My name is Lauren and I'm a homeschool mom to 4. So on this channel you can find a lot of Charlotte Mason-ish inspired curricula, and I want to show you one of those today. So today I'm going to be showing you a peek inside Treehouse Schoolhouse Nature Study. So Treehouse Schoolhouse Nature Study is divided into 4 seasons. So there is a nature study for each season of the year. So spring, summer, fall, and winter. And so over the Christmas break, I decided I wanted to end our last term of our homeschool and my last term with our senior really family focused, because most of our academics are done. And I just wanted to do something fun and that would be, for all of my children. And so I chose Treehouse Schoolhouse Nature Study. So with Treehouse Nature Study, it comes in 2 divisions. So it comes in the intermediate years, which I would think they say it's for like 4th and up. So I have an 8th grader and a 12th grader doing the intermediate, and then there is also like the elementary grades for the younger students. So I purchased both the intermediate and the elementary years because I have students in both. And so I'm going to show you a comparison and tell you exactly what I think about having 2 if you need both. So I do think it's worth it to purchase both the elementary and the intermediate if you're really going to use it to the degree it's scheduled to use, or the way it's scheduled to use. Because we do this about 2 to 3 days a week, and we do not go as in-depth as you can with this, okay? So I feel like we're like skimming the surface of this curriculum. I feel like this could really be a language arts curriculum. You could put a lot of language arts in here. And it's definitely a science curriculum for kindergarten through 8th grade, okay? So for nature study, and the way I do it for high school is I will give my children at the end of their high school years in 12th grade, I will give them 1 credit of natural science or natural history, however you want to put it, on the transcript for all their years, for all the time they spent in nature study. So 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th, all combined is 1 credit. So Alabama's, we do not have very strict regulations, and I have the freedom to do that. So I would check with your state regulations before you do something like that. But it works here as an elective, and that's what we do to get a high school like nature credit. And so I just combine all the years and all the nature study we do. So we've done several different nature study curriculums over the years. And to me, I really, really like Treehouse Nature Study. I want to say it's one of my favorites that we've done. And I haven't even dived as deep as you can go into it. So for Treehouse Schoolhouse Nature Study, we use this as like our morning time. So I originally planned to just like add this on, tack it onto what we are already doing in our morning time, or what I already had planned to do for this term. And to be honest, it was just a little much. There was to just tack on. So I decided just to replace our morning time with Treehouse Nature Study. And I add in our Bible memory, because this doesn't have Bible memory or any of those things. But I add in hymn, Bible memory, and we still do a little bit of our memory work from our morning notebook. You can go look at my video about our morning time, and you'll see the morning notebook listed there. So we still use bits and pieces of it, but like I said, it's we're not using it as much as we were at the beginning of our school year, because this does take up so much time, but it's worth it. It's been a good fit. And so I've really been impressed. So I have children from 2nd grade to 12th grade in this program. And my 2nd grader is special needs, so he's more like 4 or 5. like maturity level and writing level goes. So keep that in mind. So I do have a younger one pulled in with the older ones. And I did buy both the elementary and the intermediate. So what Schoolhouse Nature Study has, or Treehouse Nature Study has, is every week is divided into weeks, and every week you have a theme. Okay, so I believe there's 12 weeks with each season, or with each study, and then with each study you always have a poem. You also always have picture study, and then for the little guys you have hand rhyme, and my little guy really likes that. So that's one reason I would pull in from, or I would definitely buy both levels if you need to, because you get the hand rhyme for the little guy, and you also get the worksheets that tailor to the little guy, as well as the older kids if you need that. So each age division has worksheets. Just about every week there'll be one worksheet to do. Sometimes there's no worksheet, but most of the time there is a worksheet to do. Okay, so there is a lot of different components. There's a reading list that goes with this. Let's see, there's a video list to watch and tons of activities to do. So notebooking is also a huge part of this curriculum. I think that's why I love it so much, just because we love notebooking. Okay, and so I'll show you a little bit of what we've already done. So we are on week 4, moving into week 5. And so I think we've got a pretty good handle on what it is and how it works. And so now would be a good time for me to give you a review of it. Okay, so for Treehouse Nature Study, there will come, you will get a PDF, okay, to print, or you can do like I do and just print off what you need, or actually teach from the PDF on your phone. So that's what I usually do. I usually don't print the lesson plans, which I'm about to show you. Okay, I usually do this just from my phone. So each week, this will be the intermediate that I'm showing you now. It tells you your poem, your picture study, and each age group has different picture studies. So I just look at which one I like and which one we want to focus on, and that's the one I print and use. Then I'll show you your nature study book basket and your nonfiction, and then your reference. So we do not do the fiction and the nonfiction books. We only do the reference books. Okay, that's just what I've chose to do. So for the reference books, you need The Lost Art of Reading Nature Signs. This is a wonderful book. I was very intrigued by this. I sat down and read it through over the Christmas break. Very neat. Then the Smithsonian's Children's Encyclopedia, and everything you need to know to ace science. So that's for the intermediate. That's what you have to do the curriculum. Okay. We have not used, like I said, these books, but you might as, you can definitely fit those in. We just need to cut a little bit to fit in our other things. Okay. Then the multimedia resources, we always do a video every day. Then it'll tell you instruction for the sheets. So for this week, there is one sheet for intermediate, and this is the United States seasons map. Okay. And then there's also a seasonal flip book. Okay. It tells you index cards that you need, or index cards. It tells you materials that you need, index cards, binder clips, color pencils, pencil and eraser. Okay, so that's kind of a supply sheet. And then it tells you, and it breaks it down for you. So it gives you like the poem and what you're supposed to do with the poem. So you begin copy work on Wednesdays, you complete your copy work, and then you recite any of the poem you can. Then you do the picture study, and this curriculum also gives you observation questions for the picture study, which I have thought were very helpful. Then the nature study book basket, that's when I pull out my reference books, and I read from these books as well as the elementary books. Okay. Then the multimedia, I'll choose a video. See, here's the language arts for the intermediate, which I don't do as well as I could, But we have been doing the Student Illustrated Dictionary. So that's something that they prompt you to do, and they give you a word, and the students will draw a picture and or give a definition of that. Okay, so like this is write a haiku for each season, and then it just talks about, you have a lot of writing. And then there's always hands-on connection. So this is like make a winter menu with favorite dishes to make through the season, or research which parts of our country experience all 4 seasons. Complete the United States seasons map on page 40. And then you have notebooking days. So it gives you 2 good days for notebooking. And then for art is make a flip book that shows the changing of the seasons. So what I do is I do 3 days. We combine notebooking to 1 day, okay? And I choose if we're going to do the activity or which activity to do, and we put it in, you know, where I see fit. So it's very adaptable. Okay, so that's the intermediate. Same thing for the elementary age. You have your, but they come with a folk song. They have their folk song, their hand rhyme, the poem, then the picture study, and then here are your nature study book basket reads, and the reference book. So usually the handbook of nature study is referenced here, as is fine. And that's mainly the one I read from the most, because I feel like it covers, high schoolers can grab something from it, middle schoolers can grab something from it, and elementary students can. But here it's only the Nature Anatomy by Julia Rothman. Okay, then any materials that's needed, and then the display sheets. So something that comes with the elementary is the display sheets. Usually I print these on cardstock. For some reason I didn't this one, but you know, it just shows, and it gives a visual for the smaller children, and I hang these and display these up in our schoolroom. And then also here is the students page for elementary. I think it's just designing a tree to fit the seasons. And then I'll show you, well here, let me show you this first. So that's the same. And then it's basically the same layout here. You have your, for folk song, hand rhyme, poem, picture study, nature book basket. Okay, so, and then you have your nature connections. So here is an art project, a writing prompt, 2 days for notebooking, and another art project. Okay. And so, and that's basically it. And so for week 5 being seasons, I just choose the poem. We did winter, spring, summer, and fall. And then here's the hand rhyme that my little guy does, and he really enjoys that. And then for the picture study, I actually chose the intermediate picture just because I thought my kids would really enjoy this one. And I display this all week, and we talk about this all week. And we've really enjoyed the pictures and the art prints that they choose. So here I'm just going to show you inside one of my intermediate guys' notebooks. So here's the page that we did, the Tower of the Wind of Athens. So they learned about that. And here's a notebook page that they did on birds, and they wrote a narration there. And then we did one on wind, and they wrote out the poem. Okay, here we have just a little research project that they wrote about, a winter bird investigation sheet, the taiga, is that how you say that? Information, and then I have the illustrated dictionary. So you can just see that. Okay, very simple, very straightforward, but we've learned a lot. I've been very surprised at how much my older kids have learned from this so far, and we haven't even like deep dive like you can. So it has been very well worth the money. So we have thoroughly enjoyed Treehouse Nature Study. It is something that I think is very valuable for the family setting, and that everyone can come together and learn nature and then go their separate ways and do their own independent subjects separately. But this has been a fun time. My little guy loves sitting in with the older kids and, you know, learning to draw things, and it's really helped him as far as his fine motor skills in drawing. I feel like he's getting better because we're actually watching videos that teach us how to draw in our notebook, and he's doing a really good job with that. So the activities have been really fun. We've done like a bird feeder, like making our own bird feeder. We did like a windmill, and I think that's the only activities we've done because we've been busy. But you have tons of activities you can do if you have time. If not, that's something you can skip over. But my family has thoroughly enjoyed the Treehouse nature study, and I highly recommend it.